On this Andy's Auto Sports Short, we're going to stop you in your tracks with big brake kits and show you why you need to change from the stock system to this. So it's time to change your brake pads, either because they're worn out or because you've done so many modifications to your car that it's so fast that you're having a hard time stopping it. Before we talk about upgrading to a big brake kit, we're going to talk about the factory system for just a second. This right here is a factory rotor and a factory caliper from a 2000 Honda Civic. Now, not a bad deal, pretty good clamping, pretty good size rotor here, but here's the caliper that we're dealing with. It is a single piston caliper that basically operates on a slider. So you have one brake pad that sits here and one that sits here, and as you squeeze the brakes, this piston pulls the caliper in and applies pressure to both sides of the pads. Not bad, but in spirited driving, that brake is going to fade. You have very limited amount of cooling capacity, and after some spirited driving, you're going to find those brakes start to go away a little bit. So if you upgrade your factory system with a set of vented or slotted rotors and a set of good brake pads, that's going to help quite a bit. Not nearly as much as what's going to happen when you put a big brake kit on. So we talked about the factory brake system. So why would you want to upgrade to a big brake kit that might cost $1,000, $2,000, or even more? Well, the answer is simple. If you want your car to stop on a dime and give you 9 cents change, a big brake kit is definitely what you need. If you do any kind of spirited driving or track days, the last thing that you want to feel is those brakes fading going into a hard corner. A big brake kit is going to give you the clamping power you need, the heat dissipation to keep your car on the track where it belongs. When you order your big brake kit from andysautosport.com, you basically get everything that you need to install that on your car. You get the rotors, you get the calipers, and depending on the kit that you order, it'll come with either a high-performance metallic pad, a ceramic brake pad, or even a carbon fiber pad, depending on which system that you buy. Now, believe it or not, both of these systems on the table right now are for the exact same car. This is the factory Honda rotor and brake caliper for a 2000 Honda Civic. This is the upgraded big brake version. So you can see a lot meatier and a lot better system for stopping your car. So when you're looking at your big brake kit at andysautosport.com and you see where it says a 4-piston or 6-piston caliper, you may be wondering what that means. A few minutes ago I showed you about the factory caliper that just has a single piston. What I'm holding in my hand right here is a 4-piston caliper. Now what that means is there are pistons inside of this caliper that actually squeeze the pad together that actually clamp down on the rotor. Now, as you can see, there's 2 pistons on this side, and then there are 2 pistons on the other side as well. Now, what this does is this allows for equal clamping power on both sides of the rotor without having to slide that caliper back and forth. Not only does it do that, but it also is a better way to dissipate the heat. As you continue braking harder and harder, that heat actually absorbs into the fluid, and that'll help cause brake fade as well. So when you have the 4 pistons, it actually helps absorb that heat, dissipate it in the fluid so that you don't have any problems when it comes to braking. So you know what a 4-piston caliper looks like. When you're on the website, you may see a kit that has a 6-piston caliper. Looks just like this, has 2 extra pistons. Usually you'll have a bigger brake pad, which will give you more clamping power and more ability to dissipate that heat. So when you take your friends out for a drive and you do a 0 to 100 run and then you hit it back to 0, you're going to give them whiplash if you got a big brake kit. So when it comes to making a complete car, don't settle for anything less than a big brake kit. One last thing. Not only is a big brake kit going to help you stop your vehicle when you're doing that spirited driving, but imagine how great those babies are going to look inside those aftermarket wheels. Popular brands we carry are Brembo, StopTech, and K-Sport. We hope you've learned something today, and we'll see you on another Andy's Auto Sports Short.